da da Stand in the warmth of that light, the spark that she gave to me. I am ready, I am certain, I'm not lost yet. Alright, we're here. What are we here to do today? Well, honestly, I'm annoyed. I am frustrated, I am very annoyed. And that frustration and annoyance comes completely down to these fake fucking leftists, okay? I know it's only 6 minutes in. I'm gonna have to be careful with cursing throughout most of this. What am I worried about? I'm not monetized. I don't have subscribers enough for that. Most of the people I'm talking about in this video probably aren't even gonna fucking see it. I guess stream. Video. Stream. But seriously, let's I'm starting today off in a manner that I feel like. Okay. All right. Let me just do the stuff I want to real quick. Okay. I'm gonna let my hair down and yeah, just give me 1 second because I'm getting tired of this shit. Hold on. That is my headset dying. Boom. Okay. So we've got sounds coming through here. Yeah. Which I haven't muted because I'm going to be playing some Destiny, which is one thing. I'm also going to be listening to some fucking music. And because I'm listening to music and this is YouTube and my headset just died for my phone, y'all are not going to get any game audio. Uh, deal with it. I am salty today. For a few reasons. Alright. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, well, if that's muted. Yeah, I'll just do it that way. So, couple of things. I have pending friend requests. Who the fuck wants to be my friend on here? Mad people? Mad people. Mad people. Sure. Let's go. What you got? Salty. Um, so, gotta make sure. Alright, cool. What's got me salty today? Well, a few things. For one, I've been going back and listening to some older videos that I listened to from some YouTubers that I had some mild respect for 4 or 5 years ago. Um, People like Second Thought. I never had any respect for Bad Empanada. Bad Empanada is a fucking clown. And also, this shit. Okay, we'll get to that here in a second. Okay, I'm getting myself ready. I'm getting myself stabilized to be able to talk about these things. Because we have Second Thought, Bad Empanada, Hassan, Ugopnik, everyone in their sphere, people like Dreaded Jai, um, or Juicy Jai, or whatever the fuck she's going by right now. That entire sphere, the Marxist-Leninist slash woke scold communities. I put MLs as the stream title, I'm pretty sure. Marxist-Leninists are not your ally. And that's true, they are not. But this also includes the woke scold community, okay? They're interconnected in a lot of ways. And I'm going to start with the woke scolds. Woke scolds. Where do I start? You're all pussies. All of you are detrimental to the movement that you claim to want to help. Every single fucking one of you. When you go out and you cry about a things like being called a pussy, people using language that normies use all the time, uh, being called retarded, shit like that. Retard doesn't even mean what it used to mean 30 fucking years ago. I grew up and I never heard it used in a medically ableist sense. I only ever heard it used to replace the word idiot or dumbass. That's it. That's all I ever heard it as. I never in my life have equated retarded to mental disability, to any form of disability. It's always been applied to people who are perfectly capable of doing things, but just have a massive lapse in their thought process, or just decide not to, or they fuck up somewhere on something super simple when they have done it a million times before. Just little shit. It's never in my life have I ever actually used it or even thought of it as a way to refer to people with like Down syndrome or autism or any of that. Even though me, autistic, ADHD, I've been called that a lot in my life. But more people have used autistic as an insult than retard. So, when you go out and you screech and cry and whine and make a big deal about the smallest little infractions because it hurts your feelings, well, guess what? Suck it the fuck up, okay? Because normal people do not give a singular fuck. Oh, it hurt your feelings? They're gonna call you that every day of your life now because of that, all right? You have to toughen up a bit. There is a point where there is too much sensitivity on the left. And it just pushes people away. Make your little hugbox communities, but don't go throwing fucking massive screeching hissy fits at people like me, people like Vosh, people like Keffels, people like Demon Mama. If there's a slight mistake or they say something that you find to be offensive, okay? Just get your head out of your fucking ass and accept that there are more people in the world than you, and that more people have a broader view and a better view on a lot of this shit than you. And even if you feel like you have the ultimate view on this shit, guess what? Not everybody's gonna fucking disagree. For good reason. Because nobody should be taking you seriously. Nobody. Nobody should take you seriously. If you're gonna act that way. Seriously, you're pathetic. All of you are fucking pathetic, useless fucking morons. In terms of being able to affect positive change for left. You literally hurt the movement. You really fucking do. And I've been real tired of you fucks for a minute. But because you're sensitive and you're not necessarily that when at least I thought you weren't actually very harmful to the left, you just kind of held us back a little bit. No, 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 no. The more people I've asked, the more normie people, the more real life lefty people that I've asked about shit like this, the more I've gotten, wow, is that what the left is? Because if that's what the left is, I don't want to be a part of it. And this is normie, like, progressive leaning people, progressive libs, even some actual fucking real life anarchists have been like, wait, the online left is complaining about the word retard? They're complaining about fucking the smallest little shit? You've got people like Dreaded Jai running around saying that calling people Democrat or American is a coded way to say the N word. You fucking retards, kill yourselves. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about you. I seriously fucking hate that. I hate that shit. Let me just completely become a useless entity politically because oh, I just died. They're just completely useless fucking politically. Nobody cares about them. Nobody should care about them. Nobody should listen to the fucking woke scolds. Useless pieces of shit that they are. They never have done anything positive for the left, okay? They've done something positive for themselves, making hugboxy communities of people who are hypersensitive, and because the community is headed up by one person, that person makes a fuckload of money off of them. Even more sensitive people that I know of in my actual life people that I know of who are larger progressive figures online, they have complained so much about woke scolds because woke scolds are a huge fucking problem. Oh, point blank shotgun didn't kill him. So that's going to be that for this little bit, at least. Like, no, I fucking hate the woke scolds. Honestly, I really do. But they're a secondary problem. They are. They're a secondary problem. The bigger of the problems out of the between the woke scolds and the tankies, the Marxist-Leninists, are hands down the Marxist-Leninists. All right, these are counter-revolutionary, revisionist fucking liberals. Actually, no, I'm being too kind by calling them liberals. They are charitably liberals. Uncharitably, they are legitimately just fascist. They are seriously detrimental to any actual leftist movement. They are worthless. While I say that the woke scolds are harmful to the movement and shit, they are nothing in comparison to the Marxist-Leninists. These fucking losers, these little bitch babies, these fucking cucks, little goddamn state-worshipping trogs. They are troglodytes. I'm sorry if that has a racial connotation. I've heard once that it did. I've looked it up. Never seen any confirmation about that. Okay, dude just doesn't take any fucking damage. No, Marxist-Leninists are hands down just the worst fucking group of supposed leftists that I've ever come across. All right, for one, they are hella revisionist. All right, they have taken selective cherry pick quotes from Marx and Lenin, uh, and come up with a bastard ideology that they also had to use a lot of synthesized bullshit from Stalin, who wasn't a fucking communist. Okay? Stalin was not a communist. Lenin was not a communist. Lenin was a revisionist, counter-revolutionary liberal. Yeah, he led a revolution, and then you know what he did? He killed all the people who were mad that fought alongside him in the revolution because he betrayed them. He turned on the anarchists. He killed the anarchists because they were mad at him for disbanding the workers' councils literally like the day after they won the revolution. All the shit that was supposed to give workers actual control in the USSR, Lenin went, nah, fuck that. I'm taking control. My power, my state. How is that fucking communist? Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society, not a stated society. What Lenin did was he took the position of a state. He actually made another oligarchy that was slightly less hierarchical than the fucking czar and decided, okay, yeah, this is it. And then he came up with a bunch of fucking, oh, we're gonna have communism in 10 years. And then he fucking dies, good on him, fucking finally. And fucking Stalin gets put into power. And Stalin just looks at everybody and goes, yeah, we've achieved communism, this is it. And he's got state capitalism. How the fuck? Anybody who's ever actually read anything by Marx, if you've read Capital, the Communist Manifesto, the Critique of the Gotha Program, anything that this man has ever written, you would not be accepting of a fucking state. You would never accept a state. You wouldn't. It's not a thing that Marx would have accepted. His disagreements with anarchists are slap fights in comparison between the disagreements I have with the Marxist-Leninists. Little slap fights, because they agreed on so much together. Marx was very much anarchic in his beliefs. He just believed that you needed a state to be able to start guiding society towards a more anarchist society. And anarchists were like, fuck that, we can do that ourselves. We don't need a fucking state because it's just going to recreate the same power structures and hierarchies that were there before. And we're going to have to dismantle that. And it's going to be a never-ending process until we finally get to where we need to fucking be. By just not reinventing the fucking state. We don't need that shit. That was their big disagreement. Not this bullshit that Marxist-Leninists are coming out here for. Luna Oy, she comes out and she's like, we're not a free market. We're a socialist-oriented market economy. You know what socialist-oriented market economy means? Because Luna's not going to tell you the truth. What it means is that they are a free market economy oriented towards the goal of moving to socialism. Not that they are socialist, that their market is oriented in a socialist manner because it's not. If you actually read Marx, this is where another big disagreement I have with Marx is he believed in fucking planned economies, and I don't. Planned economies have been a fucking brutal failure everywhere they've ever been tried. Literally everywhere they've been tried. Everywhere. The only place that you can even begin to say that it wasn't was Project Cypressin, I think it was, in Chile, where they had a like a strike or something going on, and most of the trucks weren't up and running, so the state took control of that area for a short period of time and used the routes that the market had determined was the most effective for movement of goods, and they just followed that plan with a lower number of trucks. It's not like they actually the took control of the entire thing and just ran it from the state. They used what was currently there and just used the state as the managerial apparatus. It wasn't even like state run or anything like that. So no, there's no positive examples of a centrally planned economy. Not a singular fucking one. And I hope somebody will drop a link that has some sort of disapproval of this. But they can't because, well, I'm right, as I always am. Now, another thing with Lenin is this fuck betrayed the vanguard. He abandoned that shit. He thought it was dumb. Now, I have had, and I'll pull this one up on my end because I'm not much of a debater. Let me... Come on. Where is it? Yeah, attention, contacting Destiny servers. Whatever. I've got too many things open right now for it to... Let me go down here to... Wait, is this... Is this... Yep, that's them. Has to be, because that's... Yep. Okay. Yeah, somebody who used to have the name Jeffrey Hanela was trying to debate me, and 2 years ago I didn't do debates. But you know what, Jeff? If you come across this, or as you're called now, Big Head Gore, um, yeah, I'll take you up on that. I'll fucking take you up on that. I'm not much of a debater. I haven't done them ever. But let me just go ahead and let's see more about this channel. Yeah, definitely the same person. So I'm going to go ahead and come back to here because I want to point out something. Okay, so Jeffrey Hanela, also known as Big Head Gore, somebody who a few years ago I said that Lenin had abandoned the Vanguard Party, and they were asking me to debate and shit, and I'm just like, no. Partially because A, I had laid out everything that I needed to on my initial impressions in the comment thread where I had stated that. And this motherfucker still wanted to debate. And it's like, there's no point. You're not even paying attention or responding to any of the shit that I put out here. And two, I was not confident in my ability to debate somebody, especially a media-trained Marxist-Leninist. But I should have known, Marxist-Leninist, fascist, this motherfucker comes out, murder, sodomy, brain-eating, backwoods medical anomalies. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard speak of these two things, and they're very much just fascistic, one of them being anti-trans. So, I can't say for 100% certainty, but I'd be willing to say that. So, why would I say that Lenin betrayed the Vanguard? Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. Well, like I said, he betrayed, or that, not that he betrayed the Vanguard, but that he thought it was a bad idea. And it's because he betrayed it. Everybody who made up the Vanguard was like sock dims and anarchists and shit. Marxist-Leninists, another thing, something huge that they really like to do is they like to say that social democracy is the moderate wing of fascism. That's them. Or rather, not even the moderate wing of fascism. They're just fascists that just decided to paint themselves with the communist aesthetic because it gets them more favor. You know, people don't like fascists, but they don't dislike communists. At least a lot of people. There are definitely people who do not like either group. There we go. Alright, that's a little bit better, I guess. Or would it be better if I placed it just... Yep. Trying to figure out how I can get this set up. Oh well, fuck it. I'll deal with it later. Uh, yeah, they like to say social democracy is the moderate wing of fascism, and it's like, do you realize that it's every single time it's the Marxist-Leninists who side with fascists? They side with liberals and fascists against the SOCDEMs and the anarchists and the actual communists every single fucking time. Look what happened with Rosa Luxemburg. Look what happened with Emma Goldman. Look at what happened in Spain when Franco was trying to take over. Guess what? Anarchists sided with the Social Democrats. The anarcho-syndicalists actually had the support of the proletariat in Catalonia, or Catalan. Yeah, you turn around and the Stalinists allied with the liberals and the fascists to be able to take out the anarchists and the SOCDEMs because they didn't like the anarchists, because anarchists don't like fascists, and Marxist-Leninists are just fascists. They're fucking retarded fascists. They should just seppuku. Do it. Just do it. I'm tired of this shit. The left gets brought down at every fucking level because people with fascist ideas, people who claim to be communists, always end up getting the fucking platforms. They get promoted by right-wingers subtly. Hassan, he didn't get where he is just because he's got good ideas. He was promoted by Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian up to a certain point, and then when he made his fucking America deserved 9/11 comment, he got boosted by conservatives, and then they focused in on him, getting him even more of a platform, and then this dumb fuck, this fucking stupid, smooth-brained piece of shit couldn't push back against the tankies in his audience, so now he's down that road. One of the biggest leftist political streamer decided, oh, you know what? I'm too much of a fucking pussy to push back against the dumb fucks in my audience, so I'm gonna go down their line, and anybody who disagrees with them, I'm gonna smear. Because I don't like confrontation against my own audience. I just want to be a big celebrity e-boy. Hassanabi. You fucking grifty piece of shit. I used to like Hassan. 3 to 5 years ago, I actually liked Hassan. Hassan was one of the first lefties I actually subscribed to. But I've seen the direction that he's fucking gone. And guess what? It's garbage. It's fucking trash. I used to like Second Thought a little bit. Fucking garbage. Trash. Hakeem, I listened to some videos after Hakeem debated Vosh. Guess what? I liked some of the Hakeem stuff. And then, turns around, and Hakeem, fucking retarded. Garbage. Fucking dumbass. All over the place. These Marxist-Leninist tanky dumb fucks just ruin every social space they've ever touched, okay? They turn them all fascistic, all of them become transphobic, homophobic, hate-filled, fucking anti-revolutionary, counter-revolutionary, anti-communist fucking filth piles. That's all they are. Look at Infrared. Look at Haas and his dumb fuck. Brain degeneracy. Yeah, I'm heated. I fucking hate Marxist-Leninists. Despise them. I really do. I have no quarter for them. I have no compassion, no love for the Marxist-Leninists. I don't. If you're a Marxist-Leninist, I do hope you become a corpse. I really fucking do. Do it to yourself. Makes it worse because anytime you try and push against them, people like Bad Empanada, this pedo fuck will turn around and take your words to twist them. He will partially listen to your argument and then interpret it in the worst faith and that's all the Marxist-Leninists, but Bad Empanada is the most egregious example. Honestly, that motherfucker, I would box the fuck out. Put me in a ring with George, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, Bad Empanada, put me in a fucking octagon with him. He's going to a hospital. I'm beating the shit out of him. I hate that man. And yeah, I know lefties are supposed to be all restorative and rehabilitative justice and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, generally, I am for that. I really am. I'm not for that with Bad Empanada. I mean, fully. After he gets his ass whooping, yeah. But the amount of fucking pain that guy has caused to so many people that are my allies, to so many people who have been inspirations to me, to people that I've known personally, fuck that guy. I will elbow drop him in his neck 7 times after the ref tells me not to, because fuck that guy. Peter Coffin can also get their hands. Coffin's not nearly as bad as Bad Empanada, but I've had some interactions with him, and he tried to insinuate that I was a pedophile because I disagreed with him, and because I called Stalin a pedophile. So, catch the hands. Any Marxist-Leninist who's come out and tried to insinuate that I'm a pedophile or I don't even care about being called counter-revolutionary or revisionist because I know I'm right. I'm smarter and better than they are. Just morally, I'm superior, and I know this. I could lay out my axioms and tell you, hey, this is where I fall on these issues. These fuckers don't. They don't believe in rehabilitative justice. I have heard a lot. I was in Marxist-Leninist Facebook groups and Discord servers. I have heard the way that they talk about people who watch porn or have taken drugs of multiple kinds or who used to believe shit 10, 15, 20 years ago because they grew up in America and America's indoctrination system is pretty heavy. And they're still sitting there 10, 15, 20 years after the fact, after that person's like, yeah, I learned better and this was dumb and I held these bad opinions. They're still like, well, you're not allowed to be in the left and you should be gulagged. And it's like, okay, so you don't believe in restorative or rehabilitative justice for anybody, even after they've shown vast improvement. Fuck them. Catch these hands. Come on. I will box Bad Empanada. I will box Peter Coffin. I will box Haas. I might lose to Haas. He's fucking jacked. But still. That's how much I fucking hate the Marxist-Leninists. I really fucking do. They can catch these hands. Afterwards, I'll debate them into the fucking dirt. Because they're not good for anything. They're useless. Except for pulling people to the right. Pushing people towards fascism. That's it. That's all they've got. And I know some of the things that they're going to come in here if they see this video and what they're going to say. Oh, go to the dentist. Haha. Yeah, classism, for one. I can't afford to go to a fucking dentist. I can't afford to get all my teeth pulled and replaced. You know how much that costs? 10 to 15 grand that I don't have. Okay? Okay. It's called genetics. All right? So not only is that classism, it's ableism. Because this is a genetic thing that I can't fucking do anything about. But they're leftists. Yeah, they're leftists. Bad Empanada can't say anything about my teeth. That fucker's got worse teeth than I do. And he grew up in Australia with socialized healthcare. And he's still got fucked teeth. I can knock those out for him, save him a couple $1,000s at the dentist. I know some of the other Marxist-Leninists will come out and be like, well, why do you have more ire for Marxist-Leninists than you do the neo-Nazis? No, no, no. The same ire. Because you're the same. Literally the same. I have heard neo-Nazis and Marxist-Leninists make the exact same arguments. Not just the same logic, literally the same arguments. You're not different. You're the exact same. So the ire I would direct at neo-Nazis applies to you fucks too. Like, Jesus Christ. Now, some of you might be wondering, what is the incident that preceded this fucking level of aggression from Sandwich Pants? The past 7 years. Literally the past 7 years that I've been online has warranted this. I don't know why this isn't stretched to fill. Wait. Oh, okay. I don't know why my Elgato is on there. Okay. But yeah, literally the past 7 years of my online presence has all been leading to this bit right here. I do not have the same patience, the same support network, the same ability to vent about a lot of this stuff that people like Keffels and Vosh and Xanderhall have. People like Shark. I don't have that network. I have some close, real life friends who, at a certain point, will get tired of hearing the complaints that I've got. But at the same time, I just cannot let this slide anymore. I have to make it known. Marxist-Leninists are just fascist. That's it. I've laid out my reasonings. And it's pretty fucking easy to understand. They always betray the actual revolutionaries. They always betray their principles and just turn fascist. So I hate them. I do. I hate them. Marxist-Leninists have no place in the left. Anybody who calls themselves a Marxist-Leninist is not on the left. They aren't a communist. They may use communist words and aesthetics, but they don't actually understand them. You can get this by watching EJ do the thing with Luna Oi's dialectical materialism. They don't understand these concepts. That's why they have to lie to you about them. Which makes you almost incapable of having good faith conversation with real lefties. It's a problem. It's a real, actual fucking problem. Honestly, it really is. The woke scolds do not get my ire nearly as much as the tankies, as the Marxist-Leninists. But you know what? They still get some of it. Especially when there is the overlap of the woke scold tanky. And for this, I just point to everything done ever online by Dreaded Jai, Kunta Jai, Juicy Jai, whatever the fuck her name is on Twitter right now. Unless she actually got banned. In which case, rip bozo. But Jai, a trans woman of color, is one of the most toxic, abusive, loser-ass pieces of shit you will ever come across online. It is Jai's community who came up with the quote-unquote coded N-word list. I'm going to see if I can find that real quick. No. Here we go. Found it. Nah. I just want the picture. Just give me the goddamn picture. Perfect. Got it. Here we go. All right. This is not at all the most egregious thing that Jai did, but this is a start. By far, not the most egregious thing. Dreaded Jai, fucking retard, dumbass, useless piece of shit, along with her friend, Adamant Eves, also dumb fuck, retard, useless to anything. Updating the coded N-word list. Woke scold. Woke scold is not a coded N-word. It has a very specific definition that that community falls into, and it shares a definition with the next word in the list. Tinderqueer. Idpol. Identity politics is somehow a coded N-word list. It's a coded N-word to say that somebody's using identity politics. No, you're just retarded. That's all that means. Jai Orbiter. They put this one in there because they're so fucking salty that whenever a bad take comes out from that community, it gets dismissed because they're a Jai Orbiter. Now, here's the nifty little secret. Here's the nifty little secret to let you in on. Actually, I'll do that afterwards. Because all of these words fall in the same thing, and I'll explain it here in a little bit. Americans. Useful idiot. Chronically online. SJW, op, cop, psyop, fed, urban, woke, sketchy, thug, low income, tanky, liberals, Democrats, race baiter. Okay, let's go over these. Okay, woke scold, tinderqueer, not coded N-words, very, very strict definitional use, and most of the time it's not even directed at people of color. It's directed at fucking snowflakey white people who get offended over literally anything. Idpol, same thing. Used mostly against white people. Especially, well, the queer community when they try and use their status as a marginalized member of society to make an argument when it's completely irrelevant to the point. Jai Orbiter. Well, if you are an orbiter of Jai, you would be a Jai Orbiter. Americans, if you're an American citizen, if you're born here, you immigrated here, you are an American citizen, you're an American, dumbass. It's not a coded N-word. Useful idiot, also not a coded N-word. Chronically online, same thing. None of these are coded N-words, except thug, woke, and urban can be used that way, and have quite often been used that way by the Republican Party. Now, why did they put all these words together in a list? All of these words were put together in a list because, according to this dumbfuck community, these are all things that people say to dismiss our arguments instead of engaging with them. These are all things that they use to just dismiss us outright. No, having been in several confrontations with the Jai orbit, none of these are used as a just outright dismissal without listening to the argument. Every single time the argument is addressed, rebutted, and then it's pointed out that, outside of urban, woke, sketchy, thug, I think that's it. The rest of these have been used against Jai's community. Especially calling them op, psyop, fed, tanky, chronically online, useful idiot, Jai orbiter. All of those have been thrown at Jai's community, not just to dismiss their arguments outright. It's after refuting their argument with points and facts and logic and actual things, and then when they go, you're dumb, that's when it gets thrown at them. Okay, you're not going to engage in my argument. I don't have to engage in your fucking ad hom bullshit. Fed, psyop. This has got to be a psyop. You got to be a fed. You're a Jai orbiter. Make a good point for once, please. The Jai orbiter. That's all it is. That's all that ever is. It's after they've addressed any of the points that are made in an argument by the dumb fucks in this community. That's it. So no, it's none of this is coded inward shit. They just like to add stuff in there whenever they feel like they're not being taken 100% seriously 100% of the time because they don't have any fucking social clout. They don't have any power, any sway, anything. All they are is a toxic group of fucking retards running around shitting up a storm. Okay? Now, this isn't the worst thing the Jai's community has done. By far. By far. How many of you ever heard of Eden Knight? Eden Knight was a trans woman who I knew pre-transition. I actually had a decent number of interactions with her pre-transition. And then I was banned on Twitter for telling a group of Nazis to kill themselves. Uh, and possibly Jai herself to kill herself, because fuck her, I don't care. This is actually before Jai even transitioned. Because again, my OG Twitter had been around for a good minute, and I had plenty of interactions with people who didn't realize who I was because I didn't use my online name, and also my online presence isn't very huge. I mean, I've got, what, 93 subscribers? Come on. But, but, actually, give me a second. Give me 1 second. All right. So, yeah, I had a lot of these interactions with Jai and her community before my original Twitter got banned. Um, then during the time that I was off Twitter and trying to think about if I even wanted to get unbanned or not, trying to send in an unban appeal, Jai transitioned and Eden Knight transitioned into Eden. I'm not going to dead name Eden with her old name, but essentially, before transition, Eden had done a thing making fun of Jai and started something called the sun cult, quote unquote, using the brightness emoji. This pissed off Jai. So after Eden had been tortured, forcibly detransitioned, and then ended her own life due to a lot of the harassment and detransition and abuse that she was suffering at the hands of her family in Saudi Arabia, her extraordinarily powerful and wealthy family in Saudi Arabia, Jai and her community decided to take it upon themselves to mock Eden. This is one of the lowest things that scumfuck community of just absolute retarded degenerates has ever done. Jai might have some of the most hatred that I could possibly hold for a person, and she didn't even do anything to me specifically. But the relentless attacks on people that I know, people I was friends with, I don't even care about the attacks on me, because Jai's community did that a lot. You know how many times they called me racist for pointing out that you can't just ignore statistics, you have to be able to answer them. In this particular case, it's the 1350 statistic. I said that the stat is real in the sense that it exists and you have to be able to explain it away. And instead of even engaging, they just decided to call me racist and say that I'm supporting right-wing arguments for that. And when I pointed out that they're fucking retarded and that I can't learn anything from a group of people who fly off the handle instantaneously, and that there's no point in listening to them and just thinking, okay, well, I was right all along, these dumb fucks were like, wait, you're doing the I'm leaving the left, I'm a right-winger now thing? When that's nowhere near what the fuck I had said. So, just so you understand, Jai's community is one of the most toxic, worst places that you could ever find yourself online. Same thing for Bad Empanada. Same thing for Second Thought. At this point, same thing for Hassan. I'm tired of this of the bullshit that comes out of these communities. I really am. There's nothing really of value to be gained in anything from Hassan these days. There's nothing to be gained, nothing of value at least, to be gained in Second Thought, especially that video he did recently about authoritarianism, where all he did was crib fucking Engels' On Authority pamphlet, one of the worst fucking pieces of leftist literature I have ever read in my entire life. Holy shit. The fact Marx didn't just go to Engels' house and beat the shit out of him for producing that is honestly amazing to me, but, probably wouldn't have gotten his rent paid if he did that. It's just, it's embarrassing. It really is. So, the other thing. Now, the other thing I feel is actually causing harm on the left is a lack of ability to take appropriate criticism. And for this one, we have to come right on over here to President Sunday. I'd like to point out, I actually like President Sunday. I do. I do. President Sunday, pretty cool overall. But this is not good. Honest Keffels has a realization. This is poorly clipped out of context. You can go and watch it if you want. It's on President Sunday's channel. You can go and watch it. Essentially, Keffels is talking to Karl Marx and about the term they fab. And Keffel says that she doesn't use it in that context or in that way. And he's cut it off. I believe it's... See? Yeah, used it, don't use it anymore. Boom. Honestly, it's a term I didn't hear until 2020, so whatever. As a non-binary person myself, I mean, yeah, I'm not a fab, I'm a mab, but still, I have not. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, Keffel said they fab once or twice, blah blah blah. No. Anyways, the point here is, I told Sunday, I was like, honestly, Sunday, I like you, but this is kind of gross. It just comes across as a lazy smear attempt against a trans woman you don't like. And President Sunday's been going kind of hard against Keffels for a minute now. And I like Sunday. I do. I watched Sunday since he debated Vosh on self-determination. I'm like, okay, cool. That's nice. That's pretty sweet. But the replies I've seen. So Trudak says, I'm certain he'll take a criticism well, Daniel. And I'm like, these they-thems don't know what they're talking about. They should shut up. I have no idea what the fuck that's from. And no one said that. Stop being a woke scold. True. I'm actually going to dislike that. I said he might. P.S. He's usually very reasonable. He's a good dude generally. To which True Dak said, I thought the same until he replied to me, which I hadn't seen until after I saw this reply, after I had actually put mine. And President Sunday replied with, it's a smear to point out a public figure lying and then making insinuations about the people giving her pushback. This is not a complicated situation to interpret, folks, and you have not been around here long enough if you think I'm receptive at all to crocodile tears or phony concerns. Sunday, if this gets clipped and sent to you, like seriously, if this gets clipped and gets sent to you, fuck yourself, buddy. I like your content. I do. I've been around here for 2-3 years at this point, watching your content. I've sided with you sometimes. I've sided against you on others. I've been half and half on some issues. I was completely behind you on the not-so-erudite drama. I was all over the place, pointing out how you were absolutely 100% correct and getting so much fucking shit for it, especially from DGG. I backed you so hard. But to see you turn around and just be kind of gross and smeary against a content creator because you don't like the fact that you feel that they haven't lived up to their obligation in distancing themselves publicly from Brianna Wu, since Brianna Wu did continue doing the things that Keffel said she would distance herself from Brianna for doing publicly, and she still hasn't done that. And you know what? You're right to be a bit, skeptical and leery, I guess, hesitant to trust Keffels. I can get that. But I've watched this a few times now. Keffels didn't lie. Keffels was pretty clear in the they-fab debate. This clip is dishonest, and Sunday knows it. So seriously, if you're gonna go after somebody, do it in the same manner you did Not So Erudite. Do it in the same manner you did Illuminati. Do it in the same manner you tore apart poly people. Like, why can't you do this one appropriately? Why can't you do this one with the same level of intelligence that I've seen you put into other works? Like, this one's beneath you, dude. And I don't understand what the fuck your issue is. As an aside that's related to that, if somebody's giving mild criticisms, don't be a fucking dick knob. Because, True Dax over here, or down here, yeah, and this puppy from Los Andes motherfucker over here is just dick riding Sunday, and it's pretty depressing to see. It's actually really gross. But, I'm trying to find, yeah, Dax. True Dax right here. Okay, this is the guy who replied to me. Oh, wow. I don't know what the hell happened to my... I don't know why that happens. But, yeah. Dax says, dude, who the hell cares? This is a nothing burger. And Sunday replies, yet, loser that you are, here you are informing me of it. To which he replies, no, I've actually been a fan of yours for a while, dude. I'm simply pointing out this wasn't worth covering. And Dax is fucking right. But Sunday, honestly, as much as I like Sunday, I'm going to have to be completely, brutally fucking honest here. You're being a giant fucking bitch. Take the criticism. Seriously, take the fucking criticism. I've taken plenty of criticism. I have. Does it suck? Sometimes, yeah. But guess what? Fucking deal with it. Stop being a pussy. Like, seriously, dude. You're an anarchist. Be better. Like, you're not going to make anarchism look good by simply somebody saying that this was a nothing burger and, like, who the fuck even cares? Calling a fan of yours a loser and going on the attack. And this is a pretty big pattern that I've noticed with you, Sunday. You just attack any criticism, even if it's coming from fans. I haven't actually seen you take good faith criticism before. You just assume all of it's bad faith. And dude, you can fuck up. You can. You can cover shit that's not relevant at the fuck all that nobody gives a fuck about. And the only reason you're covering this nothing burger is because you're mad at Keffels. That's it. We know it. I know it. You know it. Anybody who's watched you knows it. So just stop chudding, okay? Stop chudding, bud. Because it's pretty fucking cringe the way that you have been retaliating against anybody and everybody with criticisms or even just light comments like this. Like, no, I'm not going to unsubscribe from your channel and shit just because you're being a dickbag. That, whatever, I don't. People are dickbags a lot. I'm being a dickbag. Now, am I being a dickbag to the people who are subscribed to me? Depends. Are the people subscribed to me Marxist-Leninist? Because I don't give a fuck if they are. If they're not, and I'm being a dickbag, well, I'm sorry. You know, I shouldn't be a dickbag. Marxist-Leninists are my political enemies because they're not communists. They're fascist. So, yeah, there was actually a decent amount that I went off on in here. I've been going for an hour, and I already talked about Marxist-Leninists, woke scolds, the overlap communities, fucking dreaded Jai and her bullshit. Kind of just gone over all of it. And then, yeah, the thing that really irritated me with President Sunday here. And again, I like Sunday. I really do. Like, just as a bit of an aside. Oh, God. Na 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 na. Turn down my music even more so that it doesn't go into my... I don't watch all of his stuff. He puts out a lot of shit. But yeah. Kidology. Yeah. Kidology stuff. I didn't watch a lot of the stuff. I do want to go back and rewatch. I don't know why it's saying I haven't watched the Chomsky versus Foucault debate. The ethnic cleansing of Gaza imminent. I already had watched that. Aristocracy posts unhinged pro-Israel manifesto. Watch that. Is Destiny part of a balanced breakfast? Marine with over 80 IQ triggered by my bare existence. I mean, that's only a 20 or 2-minute video. I swear I watched the Stardust Manifesto too. The Brianna Wu derails panel with unhinged meltdown. Watch that. Addressing Stardust stream slander. Watch that. Actual Jake roasted and baffling debate. I watched that 4 fucking times. Brianna Wu, Defender attacks my octopus. New President Sunday copy pasta just dropped. Uh, Marxist critique of Hegel's politics. Uh, Bataille and the psychological structure of fascism. Destiny is pretty fucking dumb, actually. How Christianity colonized religion. I had watched that as well. Hadn't watched that one. Trial of Not So Erudite. I had watched. I watched him go against Pisco as well. Like, I watched pretty much all of the NSE Wick stuff, Illuminati stuff. I've watched some of his theory stuff. I've caught some of his streams. So, yeah, I have done a lot of watching Sunday. So, I mean, yeah, I watched other political content creators slightly more. Vosh is more entertaining than Sunday. Let's be completely honest here. Vosh is a very funny guy. Sunday, not as funny. He's just not. Shark 300, one of my favorite political content creators online, just in general. So wholesome. He's a good dude. I like Shark a whole lot. Demon Mama I've watched a lot of. I wish Doe streamed, but sadly it does not. Canoe, also known as Conyer, CC, Vosh's roommate. Keffels, I've watched a decent amount of. Slightly more recently than I did about a year ago. Yeah. But, like, Sunday is a regular creator that I watch, especially on topics where I may not know that much, or I'm just interested in getting another perspective. And Sunday's a pretty good perspective to get, usually, in my opinion. There's other more liberal perspectives I go and watch occasionally, like David Pakman, although anything involving the Israel-Palestine conflict, I'm not touching Deepak's perspective. I'm not. But, yeah. I don't watch the Young Turks. I used to watch, like I said at the beginning of this, I used to watch a lot of Hassan. Especially one of my favorite videos to still go and watch. I misspelled that in so many ways. Just so you can see. Now, it's not showing up as something I've watched because it's so fucking old. And it's been a little while since I watched it, but I've watched Vosh's as well. But, Hassan. Reviewing Caitlin Bennett material. I have actually watched all of these. Because they were very funny. Like, Hassan's a funny dude. Problem is where he's gone within the past couple of years. He fell into the second thought. He let Hakeem second thought and Ugopnik just guide his politics because he's too bitch made to buckle down and push back against the bad ideas and the bad notions and shit. Because he wants to be a big political streamer. He wants to be a big celebrity. That's what he wants. He used leftist politics because it was popular enough to get him a good start, and now I bet he's kind of regretting that. Especially since being a Marxist-Leninist has nothing to do with being a leftist. So the people who saw him as a good leftist figure in his earlier days are largely now looking at him and going, what the fuck? How could you fall down the exact same line you were criticizing? Because Marxist-Leninists are just fascists with a communist aesthetic. It's like what the Nazis did before they pulled the mask off and went full fucking, you know, Holocaust. I don't, I don't get it. I really don't. Uh, is there a kitten? There is a kitten. We're gonna go solo cam. There's a kitten. Kitten, kitten, kitten. Do you see my kitten? You're so cute. Oh. See this thing? She's just been here behind me as I'm yelling about tankies. She's such a good girl. Oh, I love kitten. Oh, I get kitten belly. Good girl. Alright, now you've seen my cat. Well, my cousin's cat. Oh, hi, Kibbin. Go, Bibbin. Come here. She's not much of a lap cat anymore. She used to be. She would just crawl up in your lap, pass out. It was great. But yeah. Alright. Now, I don't know what the delay is between stuff coming into my chat and me seeing it, because I don't exactly know when Soap asked who is Blood talking to. But I'm talking to who? Do, do you do you know how live streams work, Soap? I'm talking to whoever's here. Talking to whoever's watching, or whoever comes in and watches later. That's kind of the point of the live stream. I'm talking to people as they watch, and people who come in and watch the VOD later when it becomes a video? Maybe? Who am I? Soap's probably not here. I didn't answer the question within 0.2 nanoseconds of it coming in, so they left. That's how it generally seems to happen. Now, there's a whole lot of things that are going on in the actual, like, physical, real world that the online shit doesn't apply that much to. Let's face it. Hi, Octavia. How are you doing? Um, so, like, for example, Marxist-Leninists, they don't have any bearing on the Palestine-Israel conflict, or what's going on in Yemen, or what's going on in, uh, Albania, I'm pretty sure it is. Or Armenia. That's it, Armenia. With Artsakh. Like, there's so much going on in the world that doesn't have anything to, or has very little to do with what's going on online with, say, the Marxist-Leninists and stuff. But there's still that issue of uh, some of it does have a little bit of an overlap, like especially with how interconnected everything has gotten. You can be put on the ranks of organized hate by the ADL for criticizing Israel. You can online. You can say something negative about Israel's genocidal apartheid efforts going on right now with the Palestinians, and they'll just call you anti-Semitic and label you a hater. But it's like you can't just do that. Like you're the one committing the genocide, not the other way. Like I'm not genociding anybody. I don't like genocide. I would much rather Israel not commit a genocide. You know? Or with Ukraine. Like Jackson Hinkle is being invited over to Russia and going on a state-sponsored tour, and he's like the biggest Marxist-Leninist on Twitter. So like, what are we? Let's bring that back up. Like seriously, like there's some overlap, but there's not like a huge amount. Okay, but the fact that there is still that overlap means it's kind of worth talking about. I don't like to delve into a lot of the broader like geopolitical stuff, partially because A, I work a regular job. My my day is not spent reading up on all these particulars with, past treaties and history and blah 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 blah. That's not what I do during the day. I work a physical job. I have to deliver meat and other shit to restaurants. So it's big 80-pound boxes of beef and shit like that I'm taking into restaurants all day. All right? And unlike the big ass companies like Cisco, Benny, Keith, US Food, stuff like that, I don't work for one of those. I work for a local supplier. Those big ass trucks, those big companies, they have people who work in the warehouse who pull and load pallets, and then somebody who takes those pallets that got put together and loads them onto trucks. And then the drivers who go and deliver the stuff, and they have to take pallet jacks and take the stuff off, and it's all just one smooth thing most of the time. Sometimes they've got the whole having to dolly stuff off of pallets into the restaurant, blah 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 blah. And yeah, that can get kind of rough, especially when you've got a big ass trailer the way that they do. But they don't have to pull most of their stuff. They don't have to load most of their stuff. And I do. I pull it. Cooler, freezer, dry goods. At least most, depends. Some days I've got help from from the office manager because I've got so much that I have to do. So like part of my day is getting there. I pull all my dry goods. I pull my cooler, except for on like Tuesdays. Then I have to go to one supplier and load up stuff for myself and the two other drivers. And then I have to go to another supplier and load up stuff for myself and the two other drivers. And then go back to my warehouse and separate out that stuff. So I'm picking up these boxes and moving them to these guys' trucks. And then I get to hand load all of the other stuff, box by box, onto my truck. So, say on Tuesday, I am loading somewhere between 24 and 4,600 pounds onto a truck that I have pulled from dry goods, freezer, and sometimes cooler onto a pallet. And then pull that pallet out to my truck, hand load it onto the truck. Then I have to pick those boxes up and put them onto the back of my truck when I get to a stop to load them onto a dolly. So that's cool from original warehouse to pallet, pallet to truck, loaded onto truck to back of truck to dolly inside. So you just take here. We'll just take 2,600 times 4. That's 10,400 pounds. Which is 5.2 tons. Now, I will come clean. Wednesday is not that heavy. Neither is Thursday. Thursday's probably about 1,400 pounds as opposed to 26. So if we just do 1,200 times 4, we're getting 4,800. That's 2.2 or 2.5 tons. 2.4? Yeah. 2.4 tons. Wednesday, yeah, Wednesdays can be lighter than that for sure. Probably about 800 pounds if I'm unlucky. But on the average week, I'm moving 10, 11 tons, maybe 13. Some days are a little bit weirder. Like today, I didn't have one of my stops. That's normally a two-page ticket, and so my day was a lot easier. I got home, I got to relax and sit down and kind of take care of some stuff, and then I got to start streaming. But yeah, I don't even remember where I was going with this. I'm so tired at this point. I'm just. It's just been frustrating. You know what I mean? Especially when everything you try and do is to just promote good leftism, to try and get people to understand some of these concepts, some of the issues going on, and you turn around and there's just screechingly loud, just idiotic people saying the dumbest shit, saying some fascist shit, being cruel and hateful, and not understanding anything positive, and then calling themselves communists. Infrared, he's not a communist. He's retarded. Jackson Hinkle isn't a communist. He's a clout-chasing fucking human chameleon ghoul. Luna Oi isn't a communist. She's a state-worshipping agent of the state, actually. Her parents are high-level government officials in Vietnam. That's why she got a fucking rice field. She also works with far-right nationalist groups to, yes, attack the LGBTQ protests in Vietnam and calls them a color revolution. She's just an agent of the state. She is literally State Department propaganda, which is why she uses that as a thing to throw at other people all the time. It's been just a really stupid and frustrating time. You know what I mean? It just has been. But we're at an hour and 24 minutes at this point. So I think that's going to wrap this up, and I'm going to get back to playing some fucking video games, okay? I really am. I'm going to wrap this up and get back to playing some video games. So, if you've if you came in and watched some of this live, I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you all 16 people who popped in live. Soap, I don't know who you are, but thanks. Octavio Gomez, I appreciate you stopping by. Anybody else who came in and didn't chat, thank you. If you enjoyed the content, hit the like button. Please hit that like button. You know you want to. Oh, okay. Well, I have the web browser, so thank you, Sad Hoshi. I'm gonna pin your message. I'm glad you stopped in. Um, I'm very tired and worn out at this point. I'm glad that I got recommended. I'm glad you stopped in. So yeah, if you like any of the content you see, go ahead and scroll through, check it out, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It'll help me out. Kind of. I'm not close to being a YouTube partner. I need like 406 more, 406 or 407 more subscribers, depending on how many I gain today or lose today. So yeah, and that'll be basic monetization stuff. And honestly, like as angry as I was in this video and as tired as I am now, I'm just honestly like I just needed to vent it. Um, thank you so much, Sad Hoshi. I really do appreciate it. Um, I just, I'm just saying, just to kind of wrap this up, I dealt with a rather large amount of verbal abuse from all of the communities that I've mentioned here today, except for obviously President Sunday. I've not gotten a lot of verbal abuse from Sunday or Vosh or any of that side of YouTube slash Twitter. But the woke scolds, the Marxist-Leninists, they have always joined in dogpiling with the fascists to harass and to try and make, honestly, to try and make me off myself. The amount of times I've had people tell me to do that, it's lucky I already went to therapy. Otherwise, I probably would have. But it's sometimes it gets a bit much, you know? And I just want to warn people that these are not communities that are going to do anything positive for you, for the world, for society. They're just not going to, all right? He mentioned, yeah, big fan of Bosch, not going to lie. Uh, he's very funny. He's been wrong about some stuff. I've actually had quite a bit of criticisms of him myself. He can be pretty arrogant. He's not he's better than, but still not good at taking criticisms. He's better than President Sunday at taking criticisms, but he's still not good at it. Uh, it then again, name me a big YouTuber on the left that's actually good at taking criticism. I don't consider Destiny on the left, but he's more left leaning than a lot of people. He's not very good at taking criticism. Vosh isn't very good at taking criticism. Peter Coffin is terrible at taking criticism, but then again, Peter Coffin's a Marxist-Leninist, i.e., fascist. So you know where we stand on that. It just none of the big ones seem to, and the ones that used to take criticism got bullied off the platform or barely make any videos. I know H-Bomb had gotten criticisms before, and H-Bomb was phenomenal at taking said criticism and learning from it. Contra took criticism, and sometimes the criticism was valid, and when it was valid, Contra learned from it. Because Contra is actually really good, even if she has some dumb shit going with drama with Vosh. Because of Cat Black. Dumb shit. I don't even want to touch that one with a 50-foot pole. Keffels is kind of bad at taking criticism, too. As much as I like Keffels, she's definitely better than Sunday and better than Vosh. Demon Mama. Demon Mama. Excellent at taking criticism. Love Demon Mama. Fucking love Demon Mama. She takes criticism really. I would put Apello in this list, but Apello is not a large lefty content creator. Apello is a rather small lefty content creator who I'm hoping blows the fuck up. Because along with Shark, Apello is one of the best political YouTubers we got at this point. So we're at a point where it's going to be a big break. Like we just have to understand. And those of us who are actually on the left, those of us who are actually socialist, communists, anarchists, we have to understand where we stand versus where the people who want to claim to be on our side actually stand. Because the tankies, the Marxist-Leninists, they are absolutely going to be the ones who stab us in the back. And it's not good. Why is my fucking internet? Why? I don't owe nothing. Okay, let me just close this other YouTube bar I've got. and do that. Let me see if that fixes my connection. Because for some reason I'm getting bad connectivity. I don't get it, but oh well. But yeah, Shark actually takes criticism pretty well. Demon Mama. Um, Keffels is better than Vosh and definitely better than Sunday, but worse than the others. Um, I obviously do not count any of the Marxist-Leninists among the online left. Um, so we can just toss out Peter Coffin and Bad Empanada and all of them because they're just fascists using our aesthetic. Now, something Keffels did point out is when you go and talk about any of the states that Marxist-Leninists like to defend, like China, they'll bring up quotes and shit from Michael Parenti from the 70s. Not later on in his life when he had done more looking into China and said things like China has millions of workers kept in poverty, wage slavery, shit like that. No, that doesn't count anymore. It's like I can't just outright dismiss Chomsky because he's old. I have to dismiss Chomsky because he says retarded shit all the time now. And also, you look back at his history and like Khmer Rouge and defense and stuff like that. Like, Chomsky's had some yikes. He really has. A lot of it is standing in the Marxist-Leninist second thought. You mean no thought? State worship? Yeah. Hoshi, you're good people. But I am going to wrap this up because an hour and a half is about as long as I would normally stream. This was supposed to be a 30-minute stream that was just going to come out as like a regular long video. And that didn't work out for me because I had more to say than I initially thought. And also had some distractions. And I have a kitten. Do you want to see my kitten, Hoshi? I will wait for your reply. Kitten, come here. Come here, kitten. She doesn't like to be held very much. Yeah, she doesn't like being held very much, but she is kitten. Yes, kitten, kitten. Her mama is hiding around here somewhere. She's not super sociable. So I think this right here is actually where we're going to leave it. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the content. This is going to be uploaded as a VOD. I'm not going to have it unlisted or anything. It's just going to upload as a public video like all of my content. I have never really gone through. I've removed some stuff that I posted just in anger, quick, out of nowhere. Just unlisted it. like a video I did on Hans of Harkir, calling him a crybaby. Honestly, that one I shouldn't have unlisted because Hans of Harkir is a giant fucking crybaby. Um, and a video, a short about Bad Empanada, where I called him allegedly a pedophile, and I'm going to stand by that one again here. But I removed it because I was getting a serious amount of harassment from Bad Empanada himself, trying to dox me and whatnot. So, yeah, we're going to leave this off right here with me petting the kitten because she is baby, and I love baby. And I do seriously hope you have a wonderful day or night or afternoon or whatever time it is. I hope you take care. And I will probably try and stream a little more consistently than I have been. So maybe tomorrow after work. If not tomorrow, then it will be Wednesday when I get off of work that I will be doing some streaming. So that'll be all. Take care. Bye.